All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started with this live stream tonight. Got some new stuff going on. Obviously, got a little new studio set area. Got this cool new microphone thing here. So since I got the new microphone, you guys go ahead and let me know how it sounds and if it sounds okay, if it's too quiet, too loud. I played with it a little bit the other night to see if I could get it set up, and I accidentally somehow I had like a private live stream going, and I didn't even know you could do it, but somehow I had a regular live stream going at the same time that was public, and luckily it was like at midnight or something, and the only person that seen it was my father-in-law. So oh, hey, Miss Debbie. So Miss Debbie joined the live chat. She's watching us, and her and her husband Ray are our newest patrons, our newest members of the Wild Bunch. So we really appreciate you guys supporting us, and that support makes all this stuff possible, and I really appreciate it. So but so this week I wanted to kind of do a live stream, and I'm toying with the idea of doing maybe one live stream a month during the summertime, because you guys know in the summertime it gets to be a little tough to do camping videos and things like that because of the heat and stuff, and I do, I still camp during the summer in the heat and stuff, but it makes it kind of tough. And I know you guys don't always enjoy the kayaking videos and stuff like that, so it, in the ability to not do all kayaking videos this summer and stuff like that, I think we're gonna do maybe one live stream a month, if that sounds okay to everybody. Thank you, Miss Davis. She said the lighting looks nice. So yeah, I'm trying to get a little fancy here. Me and my wife set this whole area up, and I've got these little fancy lights that work off of a little remote here. I can turn these lights on and off with remote, and I think it looks pretty neat. It gives a little visual interest. So yeah, so I need you guys to let me know in the comments, or on Instagram, or on Facebook, or whatever. Let me know what you think about maybe doing one live stream a month. And I think we'll probably tailor those live streams to a particular subject or something like that, or maybe do some Q&As if you guys have some questions. We could do that. Just little things like that. So we got some neat stuff coming up, though. I've got a few things that I want to do planned this summer. I've got a cool one coming up this weekend I'm going to tell you about here in just a second. But before we do that, let's do the intro. All right. So, like I said, we're okay. So Miss Davis said that her and Ray think a monthly live would be fun, and I think it'll be nice. It'll be, it'll help me keep the content coming to you, and it'll allow us to kind of do a little more one-on-one, and chat a little bit and have some fun. So I think that'll be nice. So, like I said, we have some fun stuff coming up, and I got a fun trip coming up this coming weekend. So I've been, trying to find cool places to camp, new places to camp. And, it gets to be a little tough to find new places to camp when, like I went out there to hike that one place, and it looked like it was going to be great. And then you get out there and it's a dud. And, Lincoln says, "Hey, Uncle Sean." Hey, buddy. That's my nephew, Lincoln. He's the one that we did the the hiking little morning camp thing with. There's a video for that, and he really enjoyed that. So he's been after me and his daddy to take him on another hike. So we're gonna have to do that pretty soon. But so like I said, I've had a tough time trying to find cool new places to go camp, and I searched Google. Like I listen. I'm on a lot of other pages, and as soon as somebody says, "Oh, we went here and that's nice," I'll put it in my book and go Google it, and I'll look at it and see if it's something that's going to work for us. And I ran across something that I think is going to be really, really cool. So this coming weekend, we are going to be going on a kayak camping trip. I've been wanting to do one for a while, but as soon as I started wanting to do one, the rivers flooded and made it hard to do. So I found a spot on the Withlacoochee River, and so I'm going to be headed down there this weekend to do some kayak camping, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The weather looks like it's going to be bad, so it may be an adventure, but that's okay. You guys know I don't really like the stormy lightning weather, but once I get in there on that kayak, all I'll be able to do is hunker down. So, but that'll be okay. We'll make it work, and it'll make it more fun. And I'm gonna spend a good amount of time in there, Lord willing. So, but I've been prepping for this. So, Sarah and I are on our diet, and we're doing the low carb thing, and I looked up those all the little freeze dried meals to see if I could find something to take with me, and there's nothing freeze dried really that's low carb, and I understand those are for backpacking meals and things like that, so people need the energy, but for me, I need the low carb. So got the dehydrator out, and I made some low carb chili, which is funny because I found out that if you don't add enough chili seasoning, low carb chili is just really good spaghetti sauce. So it doesn't have any beans in it because beans are high in carbs and things like that. So but I got that all seasoned up, and it tasted good and everything. So we dehydrated that down to one good sized meal, and so that should be nice. And today I sliced up some beef, and I got it marinating in the refrigerator in there, and we are fixing to make some homemade beef jerky to take with us. And Butterbean Outdoors said, "I love the setup." So Butterbean just made his first $1 off of YouTube. So congratulations, buddy. He made a post the other day, and he's got his $1 framed and everything, and that's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. Happy that you finally made some money off of it. Daniel Adams said D. I don't know what that means, Daniel, but I see you. I appreciate you being here for the live stream. So, but yeah, so we got some beef marinating in the refrigerator, and we're going to throw that in the dehydrator, and hopefully we're going to have us some good, it's a low carb beef jerky meal, or low carb beef jerky recipe, I should say. And so we're going to try it out and see if that works out pretty good. So yeah, Miss Debbie said beef jerky is a great low carb option, which it is, but you got to be careful because I like the flavored beef jerky stuff, and that's where you get into trouble at, because basically if it's delicious, you should stay away from it. That's just what I've come up with. So if it tastes good, if you really enjoy it, you probably shouldn't be eating it. But so I looked into the beef jerkies and that are flavored, and those things are pretty high in carbs comparatively. So I decided I'd make my own and try the low carb thing, Okay, so Daniel said, "What's up, Sean? Love the videos, even the kayak ones, no matter what anyone says." Well, I appreciate that, man. But the analytics, and I'm still gonna make the kayaking videos. That's why I bought the kayak, was to make videos for you guys. So, um, I'm still gonna make those videos, but the analytics definitely show that the kayaking videos definitely do not do as good as just a regular camping video or something like that. So, um, but yeah, we got this one coming up this weekend that should be fun. And I got something new that I've been wanting forever. And I'm going to break that thing out for you right now. So, up here, we got us a drone. Finally got us a drone. So we'll have some of that buttery smooth drone footage. Fingers crossed anyway. I've flown it one time, so now I'm an expert. So I should have buttery smooth footage. But yeah, so that should be fun. That's going to be a game changer. I'll try not to kill you guys with a ton of drone footage. I know that happens sometimes when somebody gets something new. They want to use it all the time. And I'll try not to do that. But I'm definitely going to try to use it some and get some of that cool footage everybody else has that I've been wanting to do for so long. And now I got one. So that should be really fun. Let's see what's in the comments right now. Let's see. Daniel said he's in Pensacola testing the chat tipping. Daniel, I don't know if I can do that, man. I don't know how that works. Butterbean said, if you would fall out of the kayak more, the ratings would. Hey, I have definitely done that. It just didn't make it in the video because when it happened, I lost the camera. That's why I jumped out of the kayak. So, and RR Outdoors said sweet. And then Daniel said he likes to kayak the Escambia River. I've never been there, but I would like to try that out. I think that would be cool. Also, up around, I guess Panama City area up there, there's that, oh man, what's the name of that creek up there? I really want to go to that creek. Ecofina Creek or something like that. Beautiful clear water. That is a beautiful place up there. I'd like to go up there and find somewhere to camp. I actually have found a place up around Tallahassee that I want to go that's got kayak camping. I'll be able to paddle into those sites. So hopefully coming up we'll be able to do something like that. And then, man, I've been seeing a lot of the guys on Florida Bushcraft posting these pictures on King's Landing and stuff down south a little bit. And man, those pictures and videos look so sweet, and I want to go down there too. So fingers crossed we'll get some of that done this summer. When it gets real hot, if you got somewhere that you can jump in the springs and get cool, even if it's in the evening, you can jump in the springs and cool off. If it gets down to 70, 72 degrees, 75 degrees, anything above 75 degrees, though, it's getting sticky, and that's not going to be much fun at night, but, or for me, anyway. But I carry a little more meat on my bones than a lot of people, so, the heat, I generate my own heat, but, Miss Debbie said we saw that kayak GoPro dunk last month. Yeah, that camera, I lost that camera. That camera didn't work anymore, but luckily they sent me a new one. So, oh, what's up, Mike? Thanks for checking in. But yeah, so even in the summertime, I can probably make some of those kayak camping trips work if I can jump in the water and cool off a little bit and stuff like that. But when it is sticky hot, there's just there's almost no way for me to be able to get out there. I know a lot of people, you know, like the summer weather and like the heat and camping and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, the older I get, the more this heat is affecting me, and when it gets hot and humid, I just can't hardly handle it. I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. Um, Mike said he prefers the hot and humid over the cold. Not me, buddy. You can have that. I prefer to get out there when it's cold because I can put more stuff on and, you know, bundle up and stuff like that and build me a big fire, but I have yet to find anything in the woods that I could build me a big ice block or cooler or anything in the summertime. So in the wintertime I can heat myself up if I have to, but you can't take but so much off. And you know, at some point people are going to start complaining anyway. But yeah, the summertime makes it kind of tough for me to get, you know, good content out to you, because that's something that I'm trying to do also, is be more aware of the content I'm bringing you guys. I'm trying to make sure I'm bringing the content that you're going to want to see, not just something that I want to make, which I do make some videos that I want to make and things that I think are important. And sometimes they work and sometimes they flop, and that's okay. But I want to make good content for you guys because your time's important, and if you're going to sit down and watch the video, I want it to be worth it for you to watch. So, Butterbean said, I'll take the cold any day. He said, you can always put on more clothes, but it becomes a misdemeanor at some point. Yeah, that's no joke. I definitely don't want somebody calling the cops on old Sean out there in the woods, running around like a madman buck naked. Let's see, he said Mike said the other reason I like the hot and humid weather is it keeps folks out of the woods, and I have the woods to myself. Now that's a good point. That is a good point. So, that does make a big difference, especially for primitive camping. Now, you know, in a campground or something like that, where people are going to pull in there with their air conditioners running and stuff like that, that's one thing. And that's one thing that I've seen, or that we've seen, Sarah and I have seen that. You freaking go to a campground, doesn't have anybody else in there. We've got our hammock set up in a nice little spot, and one other person in an RV pulls up literally at the next campsite from us, fires their generator up, and starts the AC running in that thing, and it runs all day long. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. You know, I can't hardly handle that kind of stuff. And Daniel said, too many bugs. That can be an issue too. When the mosquitoes start to get real bad, it can become a problem. And, you know, like I've said in past videos, I don't really like putting the bug spray and stuff on me. Now, we have those little, oh man, what do you call them? What are they called? The, oh man, the little mosquito things. Come on guys, help me out here. You put the canister of stuff, what is it called?
You made me forget.
You put the canister of stuff in there, and it keeps the mosquitoes away. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we've got those, and I can set those up out there, and that helps out some. But that bug spray that we got, it's got Thermacell, that's what it is. Those things work really good, and we've got a few of those, so get some refills of that. And yeah, Aaron jumped in there, Butterbean jumped in there with Thermacell too. Sarah beat you guys, sorry. Thanks for the help though. But you know, those things, those Thermacells are nice. And one thing that's nice, well, the way I camp anyway, a lot of times I'll use the my hammock and my tarp. And a good thing about that is I can set that Thermacell down on the ground, and it'll fill up that tarp area, and you can sit there in the hammock and see the bugs fly into the tarp area and go back out, because it'll fill that whole area up. And they actually work really good. It's actually pretty neat, but I don't know how good that is for your You know, if the bugs don't like it, maybe it ain't good for your breathing. I don't know. But that and the that bug spray that we got, that eucalyptus and lemon oil or lemongrass, whatever it is, bug spray. I'm very surprised with that stuff. It works great, and it doesn't burn my skin. Now, if I put DEET on, it makes me burn. It makes my skin burn. It sucks. I hate it. It works, but I hate it. And but that other shoot, I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, it's, you know, when we did that hiking video where we got attacked by the mosquitoes. Go back and look at that. That stuff works really good. But Daniel says Skin So Soft spray works too. I grew up with Skin So Soft. I wish I could find some of that stuff. I don't even know where to find it. But that stuff does work great. It works good on no-see-ums. Like if you're at the beach or, you know, around salt water and stuff and it has the no-see-ums, that stuff works good for no-see-ums. Let's see what the chat is saying. Mike said, I hate when people come to a campsite with lots of sites and they camp right next to you. Yeah. He said he's packed up and moved to another site when folks do that. And yeah, that sucks. It's very, I don't know, it's just selfish, and, you know, it's not very courteous to other people. When we go somewhere, Mike said I'm a tick magnet. That's for sure. I am a tick magnet and a chick magnet, but my wife, you know, has shut that down. Let's see. What everybody else is saying. So Miss Debbie said, we really enjoyed your tour of St. Augustine. Maybe you and Sarah could share a couple of fun tours this summer. Now, that's something that we have actually talked about recently, that we want to do some more road tripping videos. And we're going to try to do that this summer. That'll be fun, you know. Depending on the gas prices, of course. They're saying $6 a gallon gas by the end of summer, and that's scaring the life out of me. It might be road tripping right here in our yard. Look, here's our oak tree and something like that. I don't know. We'll probably do road tripping by bicycle soon. I don't know. You guys have seen me. I'm not doing a whole lot of bicycling. So Butterbean said, bug bites. Me, I just bite them back. So Miss Debbie said that her and Ray ordered the lemon spray. It does work. You know, from our experience anyway, it definitely worked, because I was using that stupid little carabiner thing and it didn't do anything. It didn't help at all. But as soon as I put that spray that Sarah had on, it immediately helped. Now, I don't know how much that would help for ticks. But it definitely helped with mosquitoes. So that's, you know, yeah. R&R said yard tripping. Yeah, I could jump across the street over there and get some of those mushrooms, and we could really do some yard tripping. I don't recommend that, and I'm not saying that you should do drugs. Yeah, no, that would be some yard tripping. That might, you know, might have to actually do some of that camping out in the back of the property back there. Maybe we can dig up some limbs and some palmetto or palm fronds and stuff like that, and maybe do a bushcraft camp or something back there. I kind of been wanting to do that anyway. I actually had an idea of something that I want to do, and if I can get the stuff together coming up, it would be fun. I would like to set up in the very end of our property down there. It's a nice wooded area, and I'd like to scavenge materials. Like, not go buy a bunch of stuff. Scavenge materials from, you know, stuff that people are throwing out. People that's got free stuff on Marketplace and Craigslist and stuff like that. Get some stuff together and build us almost like a trail hut, like they have on the trails, where it's got the three sides and the open front, and maybe screen the front of it in or something like that. And have that thing set up kind of like a off-grid cabin or something down there. And if I could do that with all scavenged materials, it would be awesome. Maybe, you know, do some pallet wood and stuff like that. So that might be something fun that I can kind of do a little series on and do a few things on that. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the way things are going, we're going to be scavenging for materials, I'm afraid. Butterbean Outdoor said that our buddy Quentin in Georgia said that it's $5.10 for gas there. That's scaring me, guys, because I drive. I'm a farrier. I shoe horses and trim horses for a living, so I have to drive. And the price of gas is getting so astronomical. I don't know, you know, how much longer that's gonna hold out, because people are only gonna let me raise my prices so far. But and that, you know, that's gonna be tough. Who knows? I might be making more videos than y'all want if things get too bad. I'll be making those videos with that, what's that, In the Arms of the Angels song in the videos, and I'll be doing my sad face, trying to get you guys to send me some help. No, so Mike said, Okefenokee Swamp isn't a bad drive from our area. It's a nice place and a huge preserve. That, you know, I've always wanted to go up there and paddle that. I actually have a friend that does a lot of paddling up there in the Okefenokee, and he does some kayak camping up there. Excuse me. Starting to get congested. No, ma'am, don't do that. So he does a lot of paddling and stuff up in the Okefenokee. So I might be able to get him to take us on a trip up there, which would be pretty cool. I still want to do my trip down the Swanee. I haven't forgotten that. It's just as soon as we started talking about that, the COVID happened and all that stuff, and it's just kind of got put on the back burner, and I haven't been able to get back to it yet. But one of these days, we're gonna build that raft with the drums and stuff and float down the Swanee. I would love to start it way up there, and then I'd have to get out and kind of make my way through the shoals and stuff up there. But I'm probably gonna, if we do that, I'm gonna start it up around Brantford and go south from there. Let's see. Miss Debbie said, we would actually like a tour around your property. It looks peaceful.
Neighbors aren't being
yeah, when the neighbors aren't bad, it's a nice place out here. Unfortunately, we have some not the greatest neighbors, and it makes it kind of tough sometimes. Aaron said Lincoln would like to have a little compound with Uncle Sean. Maybe we could do that sometime. You mean camp out? Because we could build him a compound too. That'd be fine with me too. So, but yeah, Aaron said camp out. That would be fun. I would love to have a camp out with Lincoln and roast some marshmallows and teach him how to build a fire, and teach him maybe not to build a fire unless somebody else is around. But we'll, you know, play that one by ear. Mike said I canoe camped the Swanee and it was awesome. The you know, most of you know, if you watch the videos, been watching them for a while, my dad is, you know, he was a huge influence on me and my outdoor love of the outdoors and love of getting out and doing things like that, and going on trips and things like that. And my pop always wanted to build a raft and like huck fin it down the Swanee, and he grew up in Brantford. And so one of these days, I'm going to build a raft in his remembrance, in his honor, in his memory, in his memory. Let me get another drink of this drink. Maybe that'll help. Cheers. So, but yeah, one of these days, I'm going to build a raft in his honor, memory, remembrance, and float down the Swanee River. Build me a little tent on top of it. I think that would be awesome.
Should put the
Yeah, maybe put the recliner on it. If you guys haven't watched that video, go back through my log, and I'll have to figure out what it is. Maybe I'll put the link to that in the actual comments of this video. If I knew how to do it, I would put it in the chat, but I don't know how to do that. But me and my brother Lester took Pop on his last camping trip before he passed away, and you know, I, my brother Lester, God love him, he worked his butt off to get Pop set up out there, and Pop had gotten to the point where he couldn't hardly walk, so he had this little wheel walker thing, and it was swampy down there, and my brother cut plywood and made a walkway all the way to the campsite down beside the river, and he bought Pop a recliner to use while we were camping, and it was so funny. Pop, to see him sitting in a recliner on the edge of the river fishing, it was hilarious. And then we would move the recliner into the tent at night, and he had his recliner in there with the tent and everything, and it was awesome. But if you go back and watch that video, I think there's some clips in there of Pop like in a recliner on the bank of the river fishing, and that is, of all the camping trips I think I've ever been on, that's the one I think I cherish the most, is us getting him out on his last camping trip. That was awesome. But okay, let me get off of that. That's a little heavy for tonight. Let's see. Mike said, I always look forward to your live streams. There are not a lot of Florida outdoors live streams out there. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of Florida camping kind of outdoor videos and stuff out there, and so I like that. There is some guys out there that do it and do a really good job, but there's just not a lot of them. You see a lot of guys from, Canada or, up north of United States, and I'll tell you, one of my favorites to watch, if you guys have never watched him, is that Scotty's Gone Walkabout from Australia. That guy has got some beautiful freaking places to camp out there. I'm so jealous of that. But yeah, that's one of the hard things about this is we really are kind of limited on places that we can go, unless you're going to go, to the Everglades or something out there, and I know there's other places to camp, but to find a huge area to wander around Ocala is about the Ocala National Forest is about the best that I've found. But we got the Jeep now, so we can run around some of these Jeep roads and maybe do some Jeep videos coming up, so maybe we'll do that too. Daniel said, how far are you from saltwater like the Gulf? Is there any islands to camp on near you? Nothing like fresh fish and crabs on an open fire. We're not too far from saltwater. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe from, about an hour and a half from St. Augustine, I think. And probably about the same from Cedar Key. So, but as far as islands and stuff, there's some islands off of Cedar Key out there, but honestly, I don't know if you can go out there and camp on them. I've never really... Actually, I think you can. I think I've heard... Don't mind the squirrels running around on top of the house. I think you can camp on one of the islands in Cedar Key, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I would love to do that. We actually did a video on the Indian River. Go back and look at that one, where we paddled to an island, one of the spoil islands on the Indian River, and camped there. That was a lot of fun, but boy, those no-see-ums got bad. That was pretty rough. Butterbean said he's got to go, get the kids ready for bed. Have a good night. Hey, I appreciate you hanging in there and watching the live stream, man. I appreciate it. So, let's see. Right now it says we got 11 or 12 people watching, so that's awesome. If you guys don't mind, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. All that stuff helps us out. But yeah, so we've got, I guess we'll do some camping videos coming up. We'll do some, I gotta stop. I gotta put a lock on this chair or something so I can't sit here like a little kid. I just realized I'm sitting here swinging back and forth in the chair. But yeah, so we'll do some camping videos coming up, kayaking videos, do some road tripping stuff. Maybe we'll do a one live stream a month. And if you guys will go over and follow us on Facebook, you can jump up there in the messages and ask me a question or give me an idea for something that you would like to see a live stream about. Maybe we can work that out. Actually, we had a couple of neat ideas. Sarah was talking about doing a video that would be a comparison between her get home bag and my get home bag, and you know, kind of what her as a lady keeps in her bag versus what I would keep in my bag. And I think that might be a good video. And I would love to be able to get Sarah a little more active in the videos. She's skeptical. She doesn't really want to be on camera like that, but I'm hoping I can kind of break her in and get her on video a little bit more. So I think that would be kind of cool to do a comparison of that. I do want to do coming up a video. So my buddy Brian over at Titan Preparedness, let's see, what did she say? Yeah. Miss Debbie said, no, don't lock your chair. I don't know why it hid that post. It hid it until I made it available to see. Oh, Mike Priest said, hello from Western New York. That's cool, man. Thanks for joining in the chat here with us. Welcome to the chat. If you haven't watched the videos, watch some videos. And let's see. That's a good idea. I just looked back up the chat, and Miss Debbie said s'mores with Lincoln. That might be a neat little short video we could make. That would be fun. Let's see. R&R Outdoor said, that's what I was saying. Out of Horseshoe, there's one called Butter Island. Oh, I must have missed that. Butler Island. Not Butter Island, Butler Island. Man, I'll have to check that out. I appreciate you saying that. I'll definitely check that out. Mike said, I camped the Spoil Island off of Honeymoon Island off the coast of Dunedin. One thing you have to be careful about island camping is high tides can come up on you. Yeah. That was the nice thing about when we camped on the Spoil Island down there in the Indian River is the tide did go out and it made the sandbar really long, and you could kind of go out there, which was nice because boy, when the wind would quit blowing, those freaking no-see-ums would get after you, and we'd run out to the end of the sandbar out there, and where the wind was still blowing a little bit, and then as soon as it would start blowing again, we'd run back up to camp. So that was pretty rough, but it was fun. But that was nice out there on that island. The wind blowed a lot of the time out there, and we were hammock camping. I'll tell you what, though, one of the crazy things was that island was infested with those ship rats. And when it would get dark, those things would run all over camp. They were out there, well, let's just say some people were out there shooting at them with slingshots and stuff. And that was kind of funny. It wasn't me. I wasn't doing that. I didn't have a slingshot with me. But yeah, there were ship rats all over the place. I mean, it was pretty crazy. And you had to be careful because they would actually chew into your pack and stuff if you had food in there. So there was a couple people that actually had holes chewed in their pack out there, so that's something to kind of be careful of, you know. I apologize, I'm getting congested. Let's see. Miss Debbie said that she likes the bag comparison idea, and she said, Sarah, please join in the videos more. I'm getting a look. I would love to have Sarah in the videos more. She, you know, she goes with me a lot of times, and like when I go, we did that camping down in Ocala. She's the one that got the video of the bears and all that stuff, and so, and she's very adventurous. I'll tell you this, you know, I try to be careful when we go places because I don't want to make anything uncomfortable for her or make her not, you know, want to do something. And what are you doing, girl? So we were hiking out there and we were, you know, orienteering. So we were going along there and we had picked our route and we were following the compass, and it was starting to get packed in there and get pretty tight and really got pretty scrubby there where we were getting all scratched up and stuff. And I said, you know, if you want to turn around and go back, that's fine because I don't want to make it miserable on her. And that is definitely not a Sarah thing. She, when she gets started, she doesn't want to turn around. She pushes through, and we did. We pushed on and went through the scrub. And then it's funny, later that evening, that's where one of those bears came through. Was that same area we were at earlier? So that was a little, you know, eyebrow raising. But yeah, like, you know, we hiked up there when we were. Was that our honeymoon when we were up there when we crossed the creek?
Yeah.
No, that was a different trip. But we did a hike up to a waterfall up in Georgia.
Blairsville.
Up in Blairsville. And we hiked up to a waterfall and we had to cross a creek. And it was a pretty good sized creek there. And I was sitting there trying to decide whether or not I was going to cross the creek, you know, because I was going to have to take my shoes off and everything. And I look up and Sarah's already on the other side of it. So that took the question out of it. I had to take my shoes off across the creek. Then I dropped my shoe in the creek, and the shoe went floating down the creek. I had to stab it with my walking stick to be able to not lose my shoe. So it was crazy, but we we've had some fun times like that. And she's a lot more adventurous than you would think she is. She just doesn't get on the video too much. So maybe we can kind of break her in and get her into a few more videos. She's just a little camera shy, I believe. But yeah, she said, just a reminder, you are outdoors. Bears, yeah. So we've seen quite a few bears lately, and they're actually very active right now in Ocala, in the National Forest. So if you are out there in the National Forest, even riding around, be careful because there's a lot of bears crossing the roads down there. There's that Facebook group. It's called something to do with the Ocala National Forest. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'm a member, you know, I'm on that group, and like for the last 2 weeks, every day people are posting pictures and stuff of the bears out there running around. So be careful out there. They are moving right now. So I don't, let's see. LOL. I wish that I could say your name, but I know that I will ruin that. But I'm not even gonna try to say that.
Why?
Yeah, so why? You know who you are. I appreciate you checking out the video and commenting. It said, LOL, we bear come through our camp. We had a bear come through our campsite at 2 a.m. Woke us up at Wakiva Springs State Park. Yeah, they're definitely, you know, we have more bears than people think. There was actually a bear at Walmart. I seen a video the other day, a bear running through Walmart down there somewhere. So they're out and about. So Hike Mike said always carry bear spray after a late night encounter with a bear in the green swamp. Yeah, I carry a 9mm bear spray, but I should get an actual bear spray. Because it would definitely be nice to have a bear spray. So I should get one of those. I tend to not get the things that I should have. I'm allergic to bees, and I don't carry an EpiPen either because I'm scared of needles. So I tend to put it off until I probably should have it. So
Gainesville?
Yeah. So Gary, hey Gary, appreciate you checking in. He said that was the Gainesville Walmart. Yeah, that was I seen that. Was that over? I can't remember exactly where that one was at though. Was that over Williston Road? No. Was that the Gainesville Walmart? I thought it was a Publix. Anyway, I don't know exactly where it was at, but I did hear it was in Gainesville though. Miss Debbie said, "Have I spent much time in Tigers Bay?" No, I haven't. I've seen a lot of stuff on Tigers Bay. I haven't been there though. That I should probably put that on a list to check out though. I should have something to write down. I got my phone here though. That was 43rd Street. So that would.
That's ours.
Huh. That's funny. I didn't realize it was that one. So this is what I've got. So on my phone here, I've got my memos, and if you look on here, I've got video titles. You probably can't see that at all, but I've got video titles and stuff on there of videos that I want to do and that I've made. Let's see, and then I've got this section over here that is camping locations and places to check out. So I'm going to put that on there. Tigers Bay. And what was that other island? That was Butler Island. See, I can multitask. Cool. I appreciate the recommendations. Daniel said the poor bear was looking for baby formula. Yeah, that's a whole nother crazy thing. Miss Davy said get the EpiPen, being prepared is important. I know. And it's so stupid that I don't have one. Maybe I'll have to do that pretty soon. Because I will get several miles back up in the woods. And who knows, it could turn out really bad at some point, so I should probably do that. Mike said his buddy Campfire Steve, who has a YouTube channel, has a video of a bear visiting his car dealership in North Clearwater, Florida, which is heavily developed. Yeah, I mean, the bears, unfortunately, that's part of the problem is, as developments pop up left and right, how people are building stuff right now is beyond my imagination with the cost of lumber. But they're popping up left and right, and every time they clear an area to build another stupid complex, the animals are being displaced. So that's why a lot of areas, they talk about that the coyotes and stuff like that are coming, moving through town. They've learned to actually hunt in town because they don't have anywhere else to hunt because we've mowed it all down to put up a freaking condo or a apartment complex or something. So, but that kind of gets me back around to another topic that I kind of started talking about earlier. I kind of want to do a video coming up, and I'll probably do this, and you guys let me know what you think, but I do, I have prepping videos and stuff like that, but I want to do a video coming up basically scavenging for materials. So we had a need for a piece of 3/4 inch plywood the other day, and I needed a piece about 2 foot by 2 foot of 3/4 inch plywood. I went to Home Depot, and it was over or almost $30 for a sheet of a 2 foot by 2 foot piece of 3/4 inch plywood. A 4 by 8 foot sheet was $80. Absolutely mind-boggling. I couldn't hardly believe it. And I know the price of lumber has been high for a long time, but that blew me away. And it's just, it's hard to believe that people are being able to withstand this inflation in the prices. And so I want to make a video about scavenging for materials and how we're all going to have to go back to the mindset of our great-grandparents and grandparents and even some of our parents who lived through the Great Depression, who lived right after the Great Depression. Those people didn't throw anything away. My dad didn't throw anything away. Everything was repurposed. It would have another use at some point. And we're going to have to all get our minds back kind of in that gear. But the problem is, back in those days when they made something, it was made from steel. It was well built, well made, and you could repair stuff. If you had, back then, like a corn sheller or a grinder or something like that, you could actually buy parts to repair it and fix it. But nothing's built like that now. So, everything that you buy now it's a throwaway item. They don't even build it to be repaired. You just about can't find parts to repair the stuff anyway if you wanted to. So, I think I might make a video coming up on something like that, kind of that topic. And, just kind of get our minds kind of back into that gear that we're going to have to start. I know it's scary, and I know it's kind of, it's kind of hard to think about that stuff, but we are going to have to get back into that gear pretty soon and start thinking about that. So, I think I pretty much touched on everything I wanted to touch on. I appreciate you guys all hanging in here with me tonight. Is there any comments that I missed I need to catch up on, or anybody that got here that I didn't? Johnny. So, Johnny, you get here. I'm fixing to sign off, Johnny. That's okay, man. He said he's digging the disco lights. I can make it a disco in here. Let's see. We can go. Let's see how we do it. We can go strobe lights. We can turn flashers on. Yeah, Sarah said we're going to give somebody a seizure. Let's see. Fade. We can turn them all green, I think. We can turn them all rewild green. So that's pretty cool. And these things weren't very much. But yeah, Johnny, go back when this thing is over and check out the rest of the live stream. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. Share these videos with your friends. And Gary said disco. John, you're in the house. So John said, what's my thoughts on the WHO meeting next week? I don't know, man. I don't really want to get into that right now. That's a little above my pay grade right now. I really don't know. I wouldn't have a smart comment to make on that right this second. So, yeah, I think I'll stay away from that. But John and his wife recently picked up something that they're gonna help me out with coming up. His wife has offered to give me some freeze-dried meals to test out. and I'm definitely looking forward to that. She's actually got me wanting. She's actually, me and Sarah were talking about it. She's got us wanting to look into trying to get a freeze dryer, and that would make it so easy for me to make these meals for trips and stuff like that. But those things are so expensive. Um, so R&R Outdoor said awesome videos, and Daniel says, have a good one, y'all. Look forward to the new videos. R&R says, and it don't matter if your wife don't come out on videos. What matters is she goes with you. And that's, that's true. And I definitely don't pressure her to be in a video. And I try to be very conscious when I'm making a video and I'm editing a video that I don't, get close-ups of her or anything like that in the video. Or if she is, in the video, I run it by her and let her know that she actually has the last say most of the time, whether or not that clip goes in. So I don't just put her randomly in the video. There's a lot of stuff that goes into editing the video when she's in it. So so Miss Debbie said the lights are so cool, and Sarah and I are awesome. Thanks for the fun stream. Well, I appreciate it, and I think I will go ahead and call it for tonight, and maybe we'll do this live stream, like I said, once a month. And you guys hit me up on Facebook, leave me some comments, and I do this thing on Facebook now too. I haven't done in a while, but if you'll go to our Facebook and leave me a question or something, I'm doing these my 2 cents videos, and which I'll just do a little quick, snippet, a little response to that question, and give you kind of my 2 cents on it. And if you guys will go over there and leave me some questions, it'll help me out to, have some more videos to make. So that would be cool if you could help me out there. And Miss Debbie said Ray and I are happy to be part of the Wild Bunch. Gary said, "Oh, Doyle rules." I got you, Gary. I hear you. Miss Debbie said that they're happy to be part of the Wild Bunch, and we're proud to have you and appreciate it. Like I said, Miss Debbie and Ray are the newest members of our Patreon team, and we really appreciate them. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.